Hi everyone. In this video I wanted to speak about some of the illusions of the fake masculine or fake feminine, or what we could call the surface level or superficial energy of the masculine and feminine, the appearance of that, as opposed to the substance or the reality of these energies, and how as men and women we can fall into the trap of being kind of tricked by how we experience those energies, by what we see. Our senses tell us that when we meet someone, we sense that they are masculine or feminine. Oftentimes this judgment or this perception is based on the way that they look and not so much the way that they behave or the way that they are energetically. So that's what we're going to explore. So just as an example, it could be that we come across a woman who is very beautiful and gentle and femininely dressed, and she has all of the makeup, and maybe she has she's dressed in a very feminine way, but perhaps she is running a very masculine energy, a vibe. Her energy is very masculine. When we meet a girl like this, we make the assumption, based on the way that she looks, based on her mannerisms and all of that, we can say that she appears to be, for all better purposes, to be a very feminine woman. But it can be that she's running a very masculine energy. And it could be that you are a woman yourself and you are dressing in a very feminine way and acting in a feminine way, but a lot of the mentality or the thinking processes behind your actions, your attitudes, that sort of thing is very masculine in its energy. So what are we talking about when we talk about a masculinized woman? We mean that she's operating in a way in her mind similar to how a masculine man would operate, or a person that's in their masculine energy, not necessarily a man. So some of these behaviors could be that strong independence, stability, rational thinking, being very much in the thoughts, in the planning, in organization, in keeping everything together, in being the initiator, being the leader, being in that strong, firm, independent energy, in the energy of action, of the external world, the energy of getting things done, of taking initiative, of being a winner, of taking on tasks, of competitiveness, of aggressiveness, of all of that. Especially when it comes to her taking on the leadership of telling people what to do, of being kind of a boss, of being in power, being in charge. Perhaps it could also be being argumentative, being closed, being kind of closed in herself and not trusting, more cold, more reserved, more of these qualities that we traditionally associate with a man or masculine energy. So on the external level, she may dress in pink, she may have flowery dresses, she may do her makeup, she may do all the girly things, she may have all of those interests, but the way that she's operating is very much running the masculine energy. And that's something to recognize for yourself if you are a woman and you're wishing to really get to the core of what it means to be feminine and to cultivate that energy within yourself. Then it is about going beyond just the superficial level of how you dress and how you appear in the world, but very much to do with the energy that you're operating in and your ability to open up to things like vulnerability and surrender, and allowing men to take the lead, allowing men to give to you their gifts, allowing to follow, to kind of be more passive in the relationship. Not in the way that you are just doing nothing and allowing him to do everything, but in the way that you are giving space for him to step into the role of leadership, for him to step into the masculine role. Because if you are operating in that masculine energy, that will attract to you feminine men, or it will just repel those masculine men from you, because what they are really seeking is the feminine energy. They already embody the masculine within themselves. They don't need that energy in you. So if you want to attract a more masculine man, you need to really embody the feminine energy to become that pole within that circuit. When you can embody the feminine energy, that will attract the opposite, the masculine energy. They will notice that. They will notice that energy in you. A lot of this has to do with how you communicate, with how you speak with men, how you express yourself, of how you ask for help, how you open space for him to act, giving him room to be himself. Are you welcoming his energy in the interaction? Are you vulnerable with your feelings? Are you able to open up and express yourself? That's a very feminine expression. That's a very feminine mode of being. Feminine women are very expressive about their emotions and their feelings, and they wear their heart on their sleeve. And that's kind of the treasure of that femininity, is the woman's heart. It's her ability to uncover and share that part of herself, which can be very scary if you've hidden those parts of yourself and are operating more on an external level. What about for guys? How is it for men? Well, a man can appear to be very masculine. He can be dressed in a very masculine way. He could be very well built, with big muscles and strong and big. He can have that masculine appearance or that persona. He could appear to be that way, even in his behavior. But it is very possible that he is running on a feminine energy. And how would that look if he appears masculine on the outside, but he's actually running that feminine energy? So in a practical way, how would this look for a man that's operating in this way? One of the key things is how he deals with his emotions. If he gets triggered, if there's stress, is he able to handle his emotions, or does he go into a tantrum? Does he get annoyed and angry, and does he throw kind of a fit? Does he get needy and aggressive and lose his cool? Or is he able to handle his emotions and stay more in a state of equanimity? Is he more like a mountain or a rock? Or is he more flowing in the way he's expressing and needing you to hold space for him, or to be the strong one in the relationship? Is he a leader in the relationship? Is he stepping up to lead and to initiate and to come up with ideas in the relationship? Or are you forced to be more in that leader role? Are you forced to sort of step in and take control because he's more passive and he doesn't step up in that way? If he's more of the receiver and not so much the giver or the initiator, then he's more in his feminine energy. And even if he looks masculine, or he appears in that physical way to be masculine, but if he's operating in that feminine way, then he is emasculated in a way. He's running feminine energy. When you question him, when you question his values or question his choices, does he always cave in? Does he always try to please you? Does he surrender his standpoint or what's important for him in order to make you happy? These are all that ability to be flexible with what you believe in and what you stand for. These are very feminine qualities. These are not masculine qualities. A man stands for what he believes in. He won't cave in to the woman's demands. And it's very important that you are able to have that firm stability in your relationship, and it doesn't just fall and break whenever you put some pressure on it. You need that feeling of safety and stability, that he would choose the truth even over you, that he values his values more than the relationship itself. That's really important. That's real masculinity. Does he have goals in life? Does he have direction? Does he have a plan? Is he able to organize things? Does he bring order into your life? These are all very masculine traits. Or is he more chaotic? Is he all over the place? Is he confused? Is he unsure? Is there a lot of uncertainty? Is there that wishy-washy energy of not being sure, not knowing, not planning, all of that? These are all feminine attributes. Another thing is a kind of false bravado or macho posturing of trying to be something that's not real. It doesn't have the substance behind it, but is more of a performance, or it's more of a front or a veneer for the world. It's more of a play. And some guys, they play this role of being that macho, masculine man, which is, maybe it's real. If it's real, then it's authentic. But if it's not real, if it's a mask, then there's nothing behind it. It doesn't have that substance behind it. It's more like a compensation, or trying to be something that one is not. And it can be like that with the feminine also, when she is putting on a front, or playing a role, or not really showing her true self. If we really want to have a deep and honoring relationship, an authentic relationship, we really do need to have authenticity. We need to be real. We need to be true with each other. We need to show our cards. And of course, this takes courage, and perhaps we've closed up because of being hurt in the past and all of that. We don't want to necessarily trust any person that comes along. But if we really want to have a deeper relationship, we need to be honest. We need to have the courage to actually be real. And both men and women appreciate that, and they respond to authenticity, to realness, the truth. We can feel that. We know the difference between them. We know when it's posturing and when it's kind of somebody's just acting a certain way to get a response or to get us to like them. And we know when it is real, when someone's really sharing their true self. And that's the part that people really respond to. That's the part that we fall in love with, and the part that we can be with for the rest of our lives. Because if you put on a fake mask and you play games, then you can't hold that up long term. You can't play games for years and years with somebody. They will eventually see your true self. So it's good to do the healing work on oneself, and then open up to show your cards. Maybe not all at once, but gradually open up and share yourself in the right way, at the right time, with a person that you know is right for you.